Tom Crean, head coach, Indiana, 8th season with the Hoosiers. Obviously, got to the Final Four with Marquette as well 3 times. Last 4 years, you've been to the NCAA tournament. You got Thomas Bryant with you now. You return a team that can really score the basketball. Tell me about the potential of this year's Hoosiers team and what you're looking for here in Maui.
Well, I think our front line is so young, and Thomas is a very young 18-year-old. We have 2 other young freshmen on the front line with Juwan Morgan and OG Anobi. And then we added Max Bielfeldt from Michigan as a 5th year. So they're young in age, and in Max's case, young to Indiana, but love their upside and work ethic. And I think the fact that we have experience in our backcourt, whether it's Yogi Ferrell as a senior with Nick Zeisloff as a senior, or Troy Williams as a junior now, or James Blackman and Robert Johnson as sophomores, those guys can really help us along. And they play with, our team is learning to play with a consistent level of toughness every day, and with an ability to get better defensively. And if we keep maxing out that ability, then I think we have a chance to have a really good team. And that's where our potential is going to be. It's going to be in our upside defensively and our upside rebounding the ball, which will hopefully make our offense even better.
I guess first of all, just what's it been like the team stuff, the fun stuff that just comes, team bonding stuff?
Well, I think it's been good. I think they've rarely been apart since Thursday night when they went home for a little while, and we left again and met at 4:15 and left at 4:30 in the morning. And we had a great trip out, uneventful, and I think they've enjoyed it. They're getting acclimated to the time change and spending time together. We've had a great practice, and they've had a chance to see their families, if their families are here now, but most importantly, they've had a chance to kind of take it in. And I think that's what's most important, whether they get in the water, whether they walk around, whether they go down to the shops, those type of things. No surf training, or no surfing training going on right now. But my daughter Ainsley is going to do that, but I don't think any players will do that. But they're having a great time.
Anything you've learned with the 5-hour time change trips out
Well,
there?
I think the biggest key that we tried to do on Friday night was keep them up and make sure that they start trying to get to sleep somewhere in that 8:30, 9 o'clock range. At least aim for it, and try to sleep in as much as possible, and get up the next morning at 8, and eat at 8:30, have a meeting, and then get to practice. So I think they were fatigued last night. I think they were tired last night. I think they'll feel a lot better by the day, and it's hopeful they can feel a little bit better every day. But the key is to really stay hydrated. The key is to take care of yourself, get rest when you can. But when you can get that first night's sleep and then that second night's sleep, try to make those long night sleeps, rather than a lot of napping during the day. And I think for the most part they've done that.
Is there preparation like that with 3 games?
No, not really, because really what you want to do in the preseason is build in some of those concepts that you're going to need looking ahead to the schedule, and work on that. And then when you get out here, put a good focus on the team that you're going to play. And because that's the most important game. It really is. The first game, and it's very easy to look at it as a 3-game tournament, but you got to look at it as a game a day for 3 days. It's different. So to me, and because you want to put your focus on making sure we're defending Wake Forest the right way and making sure that we understand their personnel. But as far as how we play, and as far as some of the defensive concepts and things like that, you want to be working on them in the preseason, so that when you get into that in a walkthrough type of situation out here from game 2 to game 3, then it's a little bit easier for them.
Ask you about Wake Forest. What can you tell us about them?
Very, very physical. Relentless on the glass. Out rebounding teams by +17, +18, shooting almost 34 free throws a game. Brian Crawford's playing outstanding, and shoot 50% from the 3, getting to the foul line 7 times a game. He's had some big scoring games. They run the break effectively, but selectively when they go. But they do a great job of getting the ball inside. Very, very similar to the way they played at Kansas when Danny was there, and then the way that he played as a head coach at Tulsa. So to me, they're really, really good at getting you into a half-court game, keeping good spacing, and trying to attack you in a high-low situation, and then they're relentless on the glass. And we've got to make the game go, but at the same time, when it's in the half-court, we've got to do a great job of really recognizing
some personnel and not let them just own the middle of the floor.
Obviously, they got some young guys who you guys got some familiarity with. Is there any benefit to that? You guys kind of know or got a chance to see?
Well, the players don't really know them like that. No, it's just a matter of getting to know them on film and then getting a feel for it in the game. That's the most important thing.